So, Destiny 2.
So we had the reveal yesterday.
Yeah.
The gameplay reveal. But first of all, we have a special guest.
Jonah.
There you go.
Big Destiny fans, obviously. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think?
I thought it was cool. I'm excited for it. I already was excited for it. I already pre-ordered the $100 version that comes with the season pass, essentially, the expansion pass and all that. So I was like already in forever ago as soon as the game was announced. And this just made me more in.
It looks good.
It looks incredible.
It looks really good.
Looks
That's
awesome.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
What's your history with Destiny?
I played the first one pretty religiously when it came out.
Okay.
I kind of got a little tired on the repetition and seemingly shallow,
which was a very big problem with
thing.
First Destiny.
I came back for like every expansion though.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I think that was the biggest problem with the first Destiny is that they just didn't have a strong foundation to go off of.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you could clearly tell with how they struggled with their expansions and their content.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're trying to fix all that with Destiny 2.
yeah.
Obviously, Peter Dinklage gone. Nolan North probably still in the game.
R.I.P. I love the Dinklebot. We were just talking about that. I really liked him.
We were talking about
cool.
that a little bit before.
I thought it was cool. Whatever. I'm alone, but it's okay.
But I'm excited for what I saw yesterday. I'm really excited.
Just everything about it looked great. Especially, so I am very much a single player.
Yes, as am I.
Gamer.
Not
Single
so
player
much.
gamer. I don't know. I like single player games.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
As am I.
So, like your RPGs are great, like stuff like that. Really don't focus a lot on multiplayer aspect of things.
Right.
But for some reason, Destiny, the first one, got me so hyped up, like in just like the pre-release everything for Destiny 1, that I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. I played it, eventually found some friends to play with, and it just got really good, and it was great. And I'm like, oh, this is so much fun. But the big draw was that you could do a lot of the content solo.
Which is what I did.
Yeah, and that's what I did too. So like strikes and stuff, I love that. It's like cool. Strikes, you just get match made. I'm like, awesome, just throw me in. Like, I don't have time to call, 2 other friends. And the only thing was raids was the only thing that I ever had trouble with. But again, it's like, yeah, I'm missing out on raids, but like maybe, when Ryan's good and Jonah was good, to play, then I would, then I'd get to experience that. But that by no means like broke the content for me, you know what I mean? And I just think it was the grinding of like getting new gear and like trying to level up and like that system works so well, and it seems awesome that is all back for Destiny 2 along with what was arguably the worst part of Destiny 1 was its story,
right?
Which
and there was no matchmaking for raids, which is
which that is such a big thing. I mean, obviously Bungie partnered with Activision. Activision owns Blizzard.
Right.
Well, they kind of merged together. Blizzard, perhaps my favorite company.
Me too.
As far as actual developers and publishers go, I'm a huge World of Warcraft fan.
Yeah.
And
don't think I've ever played a Blizzard game.
Oh my god,
Diablo.
you
Ever.
are absolutely
Not
missing
even
out
one.
on some of the best stuff. That
Destiny
has
2
ever
needs
been
to take
released.
some tips from Diablo 3.
I was gonna say
That would be
That's what everyone says.
amazing.
Diablo's
That would be
amazing. Like people come in and buy that game all the time. I'm like, meh.
You're missing out.
I guess.
But one of the best things about Blizzard is their technology, and everything that they've perfected over the last 12 years with World of Warcraft is going to be included within Destiny 2.
That's
So
cool.
all of the matchmaking, all of the looking for group stuff that it's called in Warcraft, it's pretty much going to be just taken straight from that, put right into Bungie's tech for Destiny.
Okay.
And it's going to be used for Destiny.
So is that what like the clans and stuff is?
Yeah, they're going to be using pretty much all of Blizzard's technology.
Okay,
for all
cool.
this stuff.
Because
which actually really helped a lot with Bungie because they didn't have to develop that shit on their own.
And
Yeah.
it'll help Bungie's like complex with the whole like kind of weird closed voice chat thing that they did on the first
Right.
one,
Yeah.
because now you're gonna have like another layer of social interaction with everyone and do the clan thing, so that'll
Right.
probably be a lot more open once you get in a clan with a bunch of people that you're cool with. And stuff
Yeah.
like that.
And like that was one of the things they said during the press conference or whatever, is it was whoever that one lady was, said something like, oh yeah, we didn't want to do matchmaking because it's like the end game content, these raids are so important. It's like we don't want you just to get paired up with someone random.
Right.
They quit all this stuff. Exactly. It was a bunch of excuses.
Yeah.
Like, you're light level 40 or whatever, or whatever it is, and then someone just like randomly pops in who's like at the minimum level, and you get upset that you're with them. Blah blah blah. All this stuff.
Which is the beauty of the looking for raid tool in World of Warcraft.
Okay.
I mean, that can pretty much, it pairs up everyone. So, I mean, if I join as a tank, which is what I play in Warcraft, I'm eye level 910. And then someone else joins in looking for raid and they're, eye level 850. significantly more powerful, but they can still participate within the raid.
And you can scale the difficulty of the things. Like,
that's
if
really
certain
cool.
players are underpowered, if certain players are overpowered, it will kind of level it out. I'm assuming based on like a setting of what kind of difficulty you're looking for.
That's awesome.
Which is good.
And that's probably the way that Destiny 2 is going to do this. Obviously, I have no, I'm just speaking on hypotheticals here.
Right.
But assuming it's based on the same tech, it's going to be the same way.
Yeah, because she's like, that's why we didn't do matchmaking, and she like pretty much clearly said, and that's why we still don't have matchmaking.
Right.
But we're doing this clan thing, and then she went into like explaining the clans and everything, and she's like, yeah, you can pair up with your friends, create your own thing, and it's like all of like the stuff from like the third party Destiny app, that like we used tons of. All of that is like now integrated into the game, so that way it's like, you want to send a message to your friends, you can do that. But even if like part of your clan is there, so like say it's just me and Jonah, and everybody else is busy in our clan, we can still go in as clan whatever, and
just pull in some randoms.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And she's like, so then there are people who are solo, and she goes, there are tons of people who still play solo. They can now search for a clan, where if that clan has an open spot, so if they have 5 out of 6 people, they can search for a solo person. They wrote this little message, and like one of them was something about like noobs, like noobs don't come in or something like that. Yeah. And it was funny because the dude then went over to like decline and like went to the next clan or something. And like it was a cute, funny thing. And so it's like, that's awesome, because now as a solo player, like if I get to as high as I can solo, it's like, cool, now I'm valuable to your clan. I just come in, jump in, we do a raid together, and maybe we never speak to each other again, or maybe you invite me to the clan, we work together, you meet some new friends, whatever. And like, that's awesome, and I think that's what Destiny needed more than like a Call of Duty style like lobby matchmaking system, where it's just like, hey, one person goes in, everybody is just like thrown together, figure it out. It's now like, I get that that's still not there, and that would still kind of be cool to have that, but at least with the clan thing, like it's a good way to like fill out your team, before you go in like to the raid, which is arguably the hardest part.
Have they said anything about like the length of customization or like size of the clans or anything like that?
I don't think so.
Know.
I mean, I don't think they actually had anything based off of it. Yeah, I don't think they did.
I stopped like right after the clan part, and I don't remember it. But I was also at work, so I was watching it on the clock.
Yeah, see, it doesn't really give much information. It just says they've been fully integrated into the game, providing official banners, invitations, and their own rewards and experience systems for all members, which is exactly like Warcraft.
Right.
Because, I mean, you have like, before, they did away with it in Warlords of Draenor, but there used to be a guild leveling system, which allowed you to unlock specific, tiered rewards for each level as you got it. It sounds like that's something they're going to do here. Yeah. Warcraft did away with that, but... Hey, it worked. So
yeah, she said something that's like, it's like where if like a few.
Hell yeah, man, that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Well, okay, so like, say you have an area in the world, and it's where your guild goes to basically be together.
So essentially, a guild and a clan are the same thing.
It's a big customizable.
Yes, guild and clans are the same thing.
It's a big customizable hub for like
your 2 different words. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. That's cool. So yeah, that sounds awesome. Again, never played WoW. Don't know the first thing about it. So, but that also sounds awesome. Yeah. That sounds super cool. Like that is, it's gonna fix a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Which I really like. I'm excited for that. I think that was like a big issue with Destiny, was the whole like finding people to play online with.
Not only that, but the actual stuff like that there was to do in the world.
Yeah.
Like there just wasn't a whole lot. And that was one of the big things they stressed during this reveal, is that there was going to be so much more to do during Destiny 2 on these 4 planets that you're going to be
which is awesome. Yeah. And they stressed a lot about the story, which we were also just talking about, that there's so many more cinematics, and like there are more story missions. Like these are missions that are like giving you and like progressing the story and like giving you like real detail. Because that was the thing about Destiny 1, is that the story in the game and like the missions in the game sucked.
Mode on a couple
it was trash.
Yeah.
But
and now it looks a lot more interactive. And
which is awesome. Like, that's what we have like playing behind us, is like story missions and stuff. And so they were showing like cutscenes and stuff. And Destiny 1 had an awesome story, but you had to go to like 2 different websites to find it. You had to go to the Grimoire scorecard thing or whatever. I'm like, and I'm like,
which
that's
is really
so
sad.
stupid.
Really
because
sad.
if you read those cards, it's like, oh my gosh, this backstory, this lore, like everything about these characters, that's so cool. Why didn't you tell me this in the game?
Such a huge mistake.
Like, why did you make me have to do an action in the game, then stop playing the game, go to my computer, type in this website, log in, do all this extra stuff, oh, cool, now I can read the story like a book, when you could have just had someone come over the comment and be like, hey, this is what's going on. Or like, hey, here's like a backlog or something, you know what I mean? Here's a video log about the Cabal that you found during this mission. Watch it, and it tells you more about like their leaders and their chiefs and, you know, all these people. I'm like, that'd be so cool. But they didn't do that.
But they didn't do
it. I think they heard loud and clear that people were, you know, a little upset with the story, or a lot upset with the story.
I think they know.
So, yeah, they 100% knew. Because, I mean, they stressed
like,
it hard at the intro of this conference that, yes, there is story. We are doing cutscenes. Look at all of these beautiful, you know, pre-made cutscenes that we're doing. And it seemed to flow really well that it ended the cutscene. And as soon as the cutscene ended, you were, like, right into the action.
Right.
And that seemed awesome. I'm like,
Which,
I hope you
speaking of getting right into the action, one of the best things I heard that they said during the conference, you can literally go and jump from planet to planet without actually having to go into orbit.
Thank God.
Oh, that's cool.
You don't actually have to go through the orbital
worst.
phase or anything like that. So you can literally go from one spot to the next,
screens.
and I mean, within a couple seconds.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, again, pulling technology from Warcraft, but hey, I'm glad they're doing it.
Right, whatever works. Like, as long as you make the best experience, I don't care how you do it, but as long as it's the best gaming experience for the player, that's what matters.
Right.
Now, my question to you guys then is, there have been so many games this year that like everybody's been so hyped up about. Everybody was so excited for, like, oh, this is like contender for game of the year. This is going to be so good. What do you think the staying power of Destiny 2 is?
I think they have a lot to prove, first of all.
Okay.
Yeah.
They clearly have a lot to prove.
If they don't drop the ball, then it could be like really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that they would
know that they know that they choked it up the first time, because I still theorize like bad stuff going on in development and reworking everything, and they didn't have enough time to fix it all. And now I think that they
highlighted even more after the Kotaku article. I think it was late last year or early this year, where it said that basically Bungie has to get this out by this fall for Destiny 2, or else they lose pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Which is
they got a lot of
Activision put their foot down, basically saying like, "Hey man, we got to get this right this time."
They got a lot of line. They're a pretty big company.
Yeah.
So.
That's crazy, because like my thing is like, I think about it in like working at GameStop, you know, I see like what people, you know, bring in, stuff like that, like what the staying power is, and it's already been like these multiplayer focused games like For Honor already like almost have a drawer full of For Honor. People got rid of it. Like
that was definitely
like,
a flash in the
and
game.
that was, you know, that was February, and then you had right after that you had Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands that like went
which
right
I didn't think
through,
the hype behind that
crazy.
game was that high anyway, though.
Working at GameStop,
it was
listening to people talk about
it was like a niche, because
it
was like military fans and people who like Division kind of.
Yeah,
right.
And that like had a bunch of stuff traded in. Yeah, and so Rainbow Six seems to be like one though that has stayed, and I think it has a lot to do with
it's unique.
Yeah, and they just released a season 2.
Right.
Season pass.
Yep.
Like, what other game has released a season pass and actually been like, okay, we're back for season 2. Right. Here's more content. Nobody does that. Like, a season pass, like, I don't know why it's called a season pass.
You know what was supposed to do that?
One season.
Hitman, R.I.P.
Yeah, exactly. Which now is gone because Square Enix dropped IO.
Oh
my god.
Yeah.
So IO Rapid is now a studio floating in the sea, hoping someone picks them up.
Right. And someone will pick them up for sure, but it's like, I don't know, man. Like, that's insane. So that's my only worry, is that it's like, this is such a multiplayer focused game, but I think the draw is that you can play it single player.
And it's social. And
but there's been so many multiplayer games that have already come out this year that were like, oh yeah, this is like the new multiplayer experience, and this is what you're gonna like sink all your time into, and then it's like, whoop, there it goes.
But see, one of the big things with Destiny 2 though is it's finally on PC. And MMO games thrive on PC. Right. I mean, they sell hundreds of times better than they do on consoles. I mean, just look at like the player base for Final Fantasy XIV PC compared to console. I mean, it's remarkably stacked towards PC. And I do think Destiny 2 is probably going to sell the best on PC.
Okay.
Clearly, I mean, it's going to run in 4K on PC. I mean, it's going to be the place. I mean, if you're into graphics, you're into actual aesthetics and that kind of stuff, it's going to be the place to play it at.
Yeah, the UI is pretty PC.
You know there's gonna be add-ons,
on the first one on console, and you're like, this is a PC UI.
Yeah,
it's point and click everywhere.
And I mean, if they're taking tech from Blizzard, I'm sure they're gonna have add-ons. Right. They're gonna be able to customize your UI, and the best part is it's all integrated through Battle.net, which is Blizzard's actual in-house
like
real Warcraft, StarCraft.
Yeah,
it's all on there. So,
which is really
super cool. Yeah.
And then real quick, I also want to touch on, speaking of story again, what do you think the story is gonna be? What do you think it's gonna be about?
Well, they already said that everything you did in Destiny 1 basically didn't matter.
Yeah.
Because everything's gone. Like, you're starting fresh with your skills, your abilities, your weapons are gone. And I get why they did that.
Yeah.
Obviously, with stuff like traditional MMOs like Final Fantasy, Warcraft, as a new expansion comes out, you keep all your shit. But I think that they realized the mistake that they made with the first Destiny, and they have to correct it.
Yeah.
Which is why, obviously, they're letting people that have gotten to a certain point within the first Destiny, they're letting them, what was it, that bring over something, they're doing something that allows them to transition something into Destiny 2, but it's not your gear.
It's like emblems.
Oh,
and
that's
weird.
Like, it's something just to show the dedication you put into Destiny 1. They're going to have ways for you to basically display that, but it's not going to be gear-wise or weapons.
Yeah, because they already said, too, that they're like, everything, like, Destiny 1, like, all that stuff, they're resetting it for everybody. I remember there was a huge, like, outcry for it.
Yeah.
But it's like, but it makes sense, because it's like, if this is my first time playing Destiny, I don't want to already be behind the curve, because you put so much, you put 3 years in Destiny 1.
Which is a big issue with traditional MMOs.
Yeah, it's like,
you start from level 1 regardless.
Yeah, so, like, that's like with, like, ESO looks really interesting to me, right? Elder Scrolls Online. I'm like, but I know if I pick that up and I look around, I'm going to be so far behind everybody else, it's like, what's the point?
Right.
You know what I mean? So at least with Destiny 2 being a hard reset, now it's like, cool, now that barrier to entry is so much lower that anybody can play it. And, like, a story thread thing they were talking about is that the Traveler, or the Speaker, or, the Traveler, is, like, all kinds of messed up, so that the light is gone, which the light was a huge part of Destiny 1. That's what you leveled up and everything. So I guess the question, and this is what they brought up in the thing, is that, like, if there's no light, like, how's it going to work? Like, how are your guns going to work? You know, like, that was it. Like, if there's no light, are you even a Guardian still?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that was, like, you used the light as the weapon against the darkness. So it's like, how does it matter? And they were saying, like, with Zavala, like, he's, like, going out of his mind. Like, he doesn't even know, like, what to do without the light. Like, he can't even handle it. Akora ran away. She's off on some other planet. No one has any comms with her. Nobody knows what's going on. Like, she just disappeared. And then you have Cade, who's like, oh, I'm just going to be the hero. Tries to go in. And then they show, like, this little trailer where it's just him walking in. And he's, like, turning around talking to the camera. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm just here doing it. And he's shooting guys in the head. And then it ends with, like, this giant explosion, and he, like, fails miserably, they said. And they're like, so the first mission in Destiny is you, or Destiny 2, is you failing.
Yeah,
and
which they
like,
stressed is, like, the big thing about this.
Yeah.
This is a mission about failure.
Right.
I mean, you definitely fail on every aspect.
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back of the trilogy.
Right, exactly. Now, do you think this is part of a trilogy? Do you think there's going to be a Destiny 3?
100%.
Or
100%.
do you think, which is what I've been saying for games for almost ever, is, are they going to have Destiny 2, let it go for a couple years, and then they're just going to drop the 2 and say, all right, we're going back to Destiny, this is our platform.
Maybe we'll have a 10-year plan for Destiny 2, like Destiny 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think, and I'm like, that's like what sports games need to do. You know what I mean? Like, have sports games, just like FIFA.
They should.
You have FIFA that you pay $60 for, and then if you want the
It's
2018...
FIFA as a platform.
Exactly.
As a platform.
Exactly. Then when you have 18 comes out and the rosters are updated, okay, cool, $19.99, you get updated rosters, or $29.99, here's a new game mode.
But see, the thing is,
you know
there has to be, and that's an issue with, like, PS4, Xbox One, or even traditional consoles in general, there has to be a way to keep upgrading the graphical power, which is something that they have an issue doing through straight patches. Which is why they always end up having to do
you
games.
need a new disc to be able to make that kind
I
of
guess.
change.
But I feel like the games look so good now, like... But that could also just be me where I don't care about, like, the graphics.
Consoles
like,
would have to become
that
a lot
doesn't
more
matter
like
to me.
PCs.
Yeah, like
with upgradable parts and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that to me doesn't really matter. Like, I'm loving, like, Minecraft on the Switch where it's 720p and it's like all blocky graphics. That's a fun game. Like, to me, the fun aspect of it and, like, the gameplay is the most important part. So it's like, yeah, if I have to play FIFA and it's locked at 1080p or it's locked at 4K or whatever, because that's what it is, and then eventually we get 8Ks into people's homes but I'm still locked at 4K, like, for me, so be it. Like, I don't care. Just make the game cheaper, because then, again, that lowers that barrier to entry, and you get more out there. You know what I mean? So, I think Destiny, that'd be awesome if they did that with Destiny, like they do with World of Warcraft, I think. Isn't it like you have, like, World of Warcraft, and then there's all the expansions is what you play?
Yeah, but basically, I mean, like, each new expansion that they release, I mean, is an entirely separate thing. And then after the new one comes out, they add everything else into the battle chest.
Kind of keeps...
So you buy Warcraft once, and it's the original game up through the most recent expansion. And then you still have... So, like, if you buy it now, you get Warcraft through Warlords of Draenor. And then you have to buy Legion as well, which is the current expansion. Okay. So they do allow it to where you can actually buy everything.
What if I just bought Legion? Do I just, like, I can't play it?
Yeah, you have to have the base game.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
Which
So
gets
why
you all the
don't they
previous
just do that?
expansions, and they keep
Right.
kind of hopping it up.
But
But it stays at $60.
No, it's so fun. You can get it for like $5.
You can get you can get original World of Warcraft through the second latest expansion for less than $60.
If you catch it on sale.
Dang, that's
It's
insane.
normally like $20, I think.
That's insane.
But if you catch it, I think Black Friday I've seen it as low as fucking $2.
But you
or
have
something like that.
for that though, you have like a fee, right? Isn't that like a monthly fee?
$15
a month.
a month.
Okay, so by the time
But
you're
you can
4
also
months, that's already
pay
$60.
for it with in-game currency.
Ah,
So
that's
I mean,
cool.
right now it's pretty expensive. I mean, in terms of how much gold it costs, I think it's right around 90 or 100,000 gold for a subscription. But I mean, it's all in supply and demand.
Yeah.
So the way they do it is they sell tokens, and it's $20 real money to buy a token. But when you buy a token, it gets put on the auction house, and then another player can actually purchase that token. How often they're getting purchased dictates the price of the token.
Ah.
So if
That's very
say
interesting.
I buy the $20 token, someone else purchases that token from the auction house, I just made 100,000 gold.
Dang.
So that's also how they got rid of Chinese gold farmers.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there used to be websites you can go purchase gold and they just send it to
Sounds a
you.
little racist.
Well, yeah, well, that's what they were called.
It's different times.
No,
back
no,
then.
yeah, exactly.
No,
Right.
offense to
We're-
our Chinese viewers. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. It was a simpler time.
Yeah.
Um,
Our Asian fan base.
okay, cool. Well, that's awesome. As weird as it is, that talk of WoW and like having their awesome systems implemented in Destiny 2 gets me even more hyped for Destiny 2.
That's a
than I
big
already
reason
was.
to be excited
So,
because I mean, if they take a lot of tech from Warcraft and from Blizzard, I mean, they know what they're doing. They've been doing it for so long that it's a big reason to be excited.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm in the minority, but honestly, if they don't focus on the story and just focus on making it like deeper gameplay and really addictive and WoW like and Diablo like, I'd be cool with that too.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean-
I think I'd drop it too fast then. Like, I need an engaging story. Like, I want to know more about these.
When
Like,
I
I
play those
want
games,
to know more
I
about
just
the
want,
world.
I'm just chasing the carrot. I'm like, trying
Yeah.
to
Right.
Just want more loot.
Yeah.
Well,
Bring back the loot caves.
I want to say that's about it. Time to wrap it up. Any final thoughts on Destiny 2? What do you guys think?
Don't blow it, please.
Yeah, I just stick to what works. Follow the follow the World of Warcraft example. Learn from Blizzard. I think they have a very solid foundation that they could put into Destiny 2, and if they do that, they have a huge hit on their hands.
All right, I like it. So I feel like the message to take away from this BJ is don't blow it, Bungie. All right? Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next episode. Peace out.